I was in the Fat Man Relay in the 8th grade. And if that doesn't say just enough about how big I was in the 8th grade, let me put it in perspective for you. I had pants that couldn't button up across the front, so I would have to put on a belt just to hold them together, hoping that nobody would notice that they were too small. I had shirts that could barely cover the bottom of my gut, and if I raised my arms, everybody got flashed. By the time I was in the 8th grade, I was a plumber. Now, back to my points. I was short, fat, stubby, and I began running. My second point, 1 year, 100 pounds later, well, not really. And I have so much confidence, my confidence gives you confidence. So back to my first point. By the time I was a freshman, I was still the casual 5'6", 185 pounds, and full of fat. And I decided I need to lose some weight, and I figured out the best way to do that was running. So I took up track. It was rough. The very first practice, I threw up maybe 4 or 5 times. But by the end of the year, I wasn't fat anymore. I was thinning out, not as much as I would like, but as much as I could at a time. I had improved my times on races, and I was actually competing. My second point, 1 year later and 100 pounds lighter. Well, not really. It was a year later, sophomore year. I had lost some weight, but not enough to make a difference. I was still 185 pounds, but it wasn't just fat. I had built some muscle from being in the weight room and working out outside with the coaches for track. I took up the mile this year, and I ran one of the fastest miles I've ever ran, 6:02. That may not sound good, but it was great for me. And to put in perspective how much weight I've lost and how much better I've gotten, this year I ended up with a 5:15 mile. That was a whole 47 seconds off my original time. That's hard to do, especially for a kid my size. Number 3, I have so much confidence, and my confidence gives other people confidence. I had to put myself in the spot, and I didn't like the way I looked. Definitely didn't like to be out there in front of everybody. But I realized if I wanted to lose weight and do something running, why not put some meaning behind it and do some competitions? So I did track, and I got confident. It helped doing that, put my body in better shape, and I was able to go out and feel confident in what I was doing. It even helped me at school with schoolwork and being in front of people and presenting, because I didn't feel like the gross, disgusting plumber that I was in the 8th grade. People that watched me run track, they knew how I felt about my body, but they also knew that they watched me do this. They watched me run track. They watched the big 185-pound football player play. And they felt like, oh, we can do this. We can lose some weight too. We can run track. We can compete. And the following year, most of them did. Most of them came out and they ran different times. We had one of our linemen from football come out and run the 400. We had another come out and run an 800. I even had a running back join me in the mile. It was awesome to see the turnout of track because they wanted to lose weight too.